is more Doug DeMuro. And today, we're going to talk about a fun topic, which is small, cute little cars. You know, the ones, the Fiat 500 and the Volkswagen Beetle and the Mini Cooper and cars like that that everyone thinks are just so cute. Yeah, well, they're all dead. And they ain't coming back. And today, I'm going to explain what I mean. Now, before I get started, I have a reminder that you can buy signed photos that I will sign and send to you. And I've added a new design. You can have me sign a photo, you can have it personalized to say like happy birthday or congratulations or whatever. And I have a Pagani and a Bugatti and a Ford GT and a couple of others. But I also now have my Land Rover Defender crushing an Audi Allroad. It's $35 for a signed photo or $50 for a personalized and signed photo. And you can order them by clicking the link in the description below or going to my website, dougdemuro.com. Right now I'm traveling for a little while, but I should be able to get any new orders out in the next like 6 weeks, so you'll have them relatively soon. So anyway, let's talk about cute little cars. They are dead. And they are not coming back. Now in some cases this is obvious. The Chrysler PT Cruiser, for instance, is canceled, long gone. The Chevy HHR, you knew that. And Volkswagen just announced that they're canceling the new Beetle. But some cute little cars are still around. The Mini Cooper, the Fiat 500, well, they're going to die also. And nobody is going to make cars like this anymore. So let me explain what I mean here. A few months ago, I told you we have hit peak car in one of these videos. The number of car sales increased basically over the last century. But it peaked in the last year or so. And it will now begin, in my mind, a steady decline over the next few decades. Now, I don't think that we as adults will ever live in a world where car ownership doesn't exist. Maybe that's 100 years from now or something like that, but I think it's probably not likely in our lifetimes. But I do think that with an increased focus on automation and ride sharing and teleworking and moving back into cities that are more walkable and away from sprawl, car ownership will continue to decline as time goes on in the coming years and decades. And it may be sad to think about for car enthusiasts, but I think car enthusiasts will be just fine. I think there will always be fun cars, but there will not always be cute cars. Now, the reason I bring up peak car in this conversation is that I think automakers have expanded over the last decade, basically since the recession, and now they need to start reining things in. And that means focusing more on their core vehicles. And right now, core vehicles are SUVs, trucks, crossovers, to some extent, you know, sedans that are still popular, but core vehicles are not niche products like little cute cars. Automakers across the world are tightening their purse strings right now. They're laying off workers, closing factories, closing jobs, and paring down their lineups to focus on only the most important and popular models. We've seen this. Ford is cutting cars out of their lineup. Many other examples of this, obviously. And folks, the cute stuff is not the stuff that they're going to focus on. So that means, yeah, the PT Cruiser was canceled. Chrysler doesn't have room in their lineup for that sort of oddball thing anymore. Yes, the smart car is now gone from North America. Mercedes-Benz does not have the time and the effort to devote to tiny little cars that need a lot of marketing and effort to sell and take up space in dealers. And they don't align with consumer tastes, so it's gone. Same with the new Beetle. Volkswagen finally announced that they're killing the new Beetle about 5 years after they should have, to the great disappointment of middle school art teachers everywhere. But things are tight at Volkswagen right now. And it's not just because of peak car, but also obviously the emissions scandal, the fines that they're paying, and there's no room in Volkswagen's lineup for a cute car that sells in really small numbers. They have to focus on what's gonna bring sales. And here's the bad news for cute car fans. It isn't just those. When the Fiat 500 came out, it was selling 2,000 to 4,000 units a month easily for like 2 or 3 years. There was one month where it sold 6,500 units, which is a big number. This year, they haven't broken 400 units a month yet. Folks, the Fiat 500 is going away, period. The car will be canceled and the Fiat brand will again eventually leave the United States in not too long. That's my prediction, but it doesn't take a crystal ball or a fortune teller to figure this out. The writing is on the wall, just look at the numbers. The simple truth is that buyer tastes do not mesh with tiny little cars right now. Gas is relatively cheap, people want SUVs, and cute cars are dying. Another good example is Mini. 15 years ago, the reintroduction of the Mini brand was huge. This cool, cute little car, and it kind of coincided with gas prices increasing and people were buying them. And so BMW made their dealers spend huge money to build all these Mini showrooms. Well, gas is cheap now. People want to sit up high. SUVs are hot. And Mini is sort of a one-trick pony. I mean, they've made variations from the basic car, but it's all about the same. And sales are in the tank, and nobody at BMW seems to have any idea where to take Mini from here. I hate to say it, but I think that the Mini brand in general is probably on its way out. And I wouldn't be surprised if the entire Mini brand is shut down in the next 5 or 10 years. It had a good run, but it's expensive and it doesn't align with consumer tastes. So basically, there's a simple truth here. Automakers no longer have the budgets to pursue little, on a whim, cute cars that will have an impact for like a year and then kind of slow down in sales. The car industry is getting smaller, everything is getting tighter, budgets, profits, and that means cute cars that look cool but don't sell are just gonna have to go away. They have to go away. There's really no other option. Automakers will not have the financial resources to pursue these tiny little corners of the market that only exist for middle school art teachers who think that the new Beetle looks cool. So for you fans of cute little cars out there, I'm sorry, but it's over. They're dead. And don't expect them to ever come back. Except maybe in SUV form. I could see that happening in some extent, but even then, to me, it's unlikely. There was no original Beetle SUV to make a retro version of. You might see some more retro-y SUVs, but I think they're gonna be bigger, like the Bronco, the Defender. I think generally speaking, cute little cars are gone. Sorry, say goodbye to all of the cute little cars. You probably won't see them again. And that was another more Doug DeMuro update. See you next time.